70 years ago, a town would be terrorized by a mysterious creature. As a series of mysterious and vicious animal attacks shook the community, speculation grew rampant as to what the beast could be. As stories began circulating, the national media picked up the story, with thousands of hunters taking up the challenge to hunt and kill the creature. After the events unfolded, the creature would be nicknamed the Beast of Bladenboro. Bladenboro is a small town located in the southeastern section of North Carolina. Located around 140 miles east of Charlotte, Bladenboro is a historic farming community known for its earliest days for its turpentine and lumber. Located around 8 miles from Bladenboro, Clarkton, North Carolina residents would be the first to witness the mysterious being. There, in the winter of 1953, on December 29th, a dog would be aggressively attacked and killed. Scared and confused witnesses would report seeing a strange creature that was sleek, black, and about 5 feet long. Only 2 days later, on New Year's Eve, Bladenboro Police Chief Roy received a call about strange activity on the farm of Woody Storm. Storm had 2 dogs, which were mutilated by something large and powerful. The dogs' bodies had been completely drained of blood. In the coming days, more stories around the beast started pouring in, with a variety of strange activity and unexplained sightings. All over the county, Chief Forrest was overwhelmed with numerous reports of dogs being slaughtered. People described the creature as like a bear or a panther that was 3 feet long, 20 inches high, with a long tail and a cat's face. Other witnesses reported hearing dreadful screams from the being coming from the swamps surrounding the town. Many reported it sounded like a woman with a knife stuck in her back. Local resident D.G. Pate was sitting in a service station when he witnessed a dog get attacked by the creature and eventually pulled into the woods. On January 1st, the bodies of 2 more dogs were discovered. Like before, these dogs have been drained of blood. The next night, on January 2nd, 1954, a farmer called to say that his dog had been savagely mutilated. Fed up with the reports, the next day, Police Chief Roy Forrest searched for the creature with his dogs, but the dogs were too scared to follow the trail. While Chief Forrest was out, 2 more dogs were found dead. Shockingly, an autopsy was performed on one of the dogs, and it was reported that there wasn't more than 2 or 3 drops of blood in him. Horrifically, the dog's bottom lip had been broken open and his jawbone smashed back. As Bladenboro had a small police force, Chief Forrest began recruiting local hunters and soon would reach out for help. On January 4th, seasoned hunters began searching for the creatures, with the 2 parties splitting up. The first was Forrest and about 10 other officers. There was also the second group. This group was from Wilmington, North Carolina, and had traveled to Bladenboro at the request of Chief Forrest. Reportedly, this group tracked the beasts for around 3 miles in the swamp. During this time, the press got wind of the story, and it went from a small and regional news to national news. Bladenboro was overwhelmed with hunters coming in, eager to kill the beast. Over 800 men descended on the town from all over the country. A fully armed pack of fraternity brothers from UNC Chapel Hill came with the goal of putting the beast's head on their wall. On January 5th, the first attack on a human was reported. Miss C.E. Kinslaw heard the sound of whimpering dogs outside of her house. As she went outside to see what was going on, Miss Kinslaw saw a large, cat-like creature hurl towards her. Terrified, Miss Kinslaw screamed, and her husband ran outside to defend her. Something her husband did must have frightened the beast, as it scurried off into the forest quickly. That day, Forrest and other hunters were hunting through the swamps, but were unable to find the creature. The next day, Forrest and the hunters devised a plan to trick the beast. They planned to tie up some dogs and lure the beast in. However, the plan was never implemented. On January 13th, Luther Davis, a local farmer, trapped a bobcat 4 miles from the city and shot it in the head. Woodrow Fussell, the mayor of Bladenboro, told newspapers at the time that the Beast of Bladenboro had been found and killed. However, immediately questions began as to how such a small cat could have mutilated and killed the dogs. That same day, Barry Lewis, a professional hunter, killed a bobcat inside the county. Some newspapers reported Lewis had killed the creature responsible for the mutilations. After these 2 killings, both the mayor and chief called an end to the hunt. There were concerns over safety, and the town wasn't equipped to handle all the visitors. After a week or so, life returned to normal. The hunters left town, and the reports of the killings abruptly stopped. Over the years, there has been much speculation as far as what the Beast of Bladenboro was. Some believed it was a Carolina panther, a species of large cat that had lived in the area until the early 20th century, but was now thought to be extinct. In the 1950s, this would have only been 20 to 30 years after the thought extinct date. Perhaps a group of panthers survived, lived deep in the swamp, and were reclusive. In this narrator's opinion, this seems like the most likely outcome. Others believed it may have been a coyote. Still, others point out the vicious way the animals were attacked. While a panther is surely capable of crushing a skull, neither it or a coyote has ever been reported to drain the blood of its victims. It should be noted that the Beast of Bladenboro shares a striking similarity to El Chupacabra. El Chupacabra is another cryptid which has been reported in Central America and Texas. El Chupacabra is said to drain the blood of its victims and savagely mutilate its victims. Both the size and color are very close between the two. The Beast of Bladenboro gets its name from the sign that was hung up under the bobcat killed by Luther Davis. That bobcat was strung up in the center of town with the sign underneath it stating, "This is the Beast of Bladenboro." So was the Beast of Bladenboro an undiscovered cryptid, a panther, or other large cat, or perhaps a coyote? We may never know, but like so many other cryptids, theories will continue to surface.